A little bit of knowledge. I'm just sitting watching this video by Diana Weaver. It's a really good video about like Diana and David thing. As you can see from this, it really shows the news well. Like the news is basically exactly the same, and she's done in this video. Really showed it well, like how it's basically the same person, because the news is exactly the same. Like all the little bumps and dents is reading exactly the same place. You know what I mean? So it's like it's not even like it's the same type of news. It's basically is the same news, And then of course that's before you look at the ears and the teeth and everything like that, and it all matches. Of course, this was like Jungle Theory what he first brought to attention. Very good video by Diana Weaver. It's also included some stuff about India Jane Birley in this. So that's basically what I'm gonna because this I'm looking at now, because this brings about some more knowledge. This Birley type of idea seem to be very interconnected with the Stuart idea and the Goldsmith. Of course, if you've got like a type of royal family type of idea, you've got to have more than just one family basically creating it, haven't you? You've got to have a little alliance or something, So here's India Jane Birley, and the basis of Diana Weaver's video there is she's suggesting that maybe this Birley played Diana, the Diana Spencer one, at earlier time, which is a possibility. I'm not sure about that, but regardless, the knowledge what this brings about is very interesting. So as you see, the India obviously is Diana, and the Jane is the Janus, and the Birley, like a burly man type of idea, But this Birley name is very interwoven with Stuart and Goldsmith and all that. So as you see here, we're up in the private members club honour bells, and here more was Honourable Goldsmith, And they ran the club with her brother Robin Birley, The grandfather, was the portrait artist Oswald Birley. So quite a sort of prestigious background in that, Birley is the daughter of Lady Annabel Vane Tempest Stuart. So they're all linked in. You see the Goldsmith, the Birley, and the Stuart family. And all into marrying stuff like that. Probably married their own cousins and all stuff like that, to keep the keep the power and the wealth and all that. You also see Oswald Birley, like the Wizard of Oz, and in the portrait painter and royal portraitist. And interesting here, the Royal Academy of Arts is an institution based in Burlington House. So these are bang in amongst the royals and that. And the very interesting fact here, he was the great grandson of Hugh Hornby Birley, who led the troops at the Peterloo Massacre. And this Peterloo Massacre idea is a group of cavalry or whatever charged into a crowd of 60,000 people who had gathered to demand the reform of parliamentary representation. So it's like an idea of charging against the peasants and that type of thing. Whether it happened or not, I'm not sure, what I mean. 15, of course, is a 1 and 5 or 6. But of course, the idea of it, see what the idea behind it is. In the military cross in 1919, I think a double 19 code in that. And according to this, he painted the portraits of all these all these royal ones, including the Queen Elizabeth II one, Winston Churchill, Gandhi. So obviously a retail, character in amongst the Royal Society. Married the Rhoda Birley, and I remember a TV program called Rhoda. Rhoda. Of course, a pike is a fish. Oswald Birley. Maxime Le Birley, Comtesse de la Ferrières. Become a model and actress type idea, what they do a lot. Of course, that Oswald Birley went to Oxford University in Eton and all that, of course, It's interesting, read when you put in, like for search for India, Jane Birley and Princess Diana together, you didn't get many pictures of them. You do get this one. Yeah, I think that looks slightly dodgy, like, the way that could have been manipulated, that one, right? You didn't get many pictures of them at all together. Here's one with Jemima Goldsmith. Right? Jemima Goldsmith and a lot of people obviously have said the resemblance between them two. In fact, some people have even pointed to maybe they're the same one, but of course they're not, because they've been together that that much, but obviously related, these Goldsmith people and that, right? So this Birley as one is basically another type of relative family of them, right? Is that in there, like, I'm not sure, like India Jane Birley or something. Could be, like. So basically get that one all the time. That one where, that's India Jane Birley doing the 2 and 3 type idea, I say. The 3, yeah. That's Jemima Goldsmith. But it gets stranger than that, right? Because you put in Diana Birley as murder, right? You see here, there's one here, Crew, from Crew Chronicle, Porter Crew, right? And obviously first thing he gets is 7 quid, sadistic killer, who bludgeoned secret, right? There's the secret. Lord of Death. Has been jailed for at least 34 years, right? So I'm presuming this is the one who killed is Diana. It's called Diana, right? So there's the Diana idea, right? So I'm just thinking if this HEX is putting in a secret code, right? So this is a David and Diana type of HEX, right? David murdered Diana. It's called David Ryan. Now Ryan means reborn, right? And Byrom is the jewel in the rum. right? And then, lots of different codes. You got the 7 there, and then 2, 8, 16, it's another 7, 5 and 4, 9. So the end, like 5 and 4 is the end, 9 is the end. The David Ryan ended Diana. And then, and then it was reborn. So it's, not all stuff we put in these stories is hex. Right? The 48, for the 48, it's 32, which is your Freemasonry. A jury of 6 men and 6 women, right? So, a lot of hex. 2.5, 7. So, this, another 6 here. I think this is just basically a hex, basically talking about the David and Diana, right? Secret, the secret lover idea, see? The duality in the, being reborn, and then the on fire idea. The being reborn out of fire idea, right? And the heal is the, the weather conditions. So that's what I think that is a little hex, right? But there's more than that. Because when you had the death of Princess Diana, see, Birley was the news presenter that what do you call it? Announced it. See, the Birley family. And there's the Birley, like. Again, gotta be coming off their family, their bloodlines and that. And he's 3 on the hip. And the Heart Foundation. Birley and U-turns there. Born McGurran. Why changing the name to Birley for Colin McGurran? There you go. Yeah. Part of the team covered the death of Diana, Princess of Wales. And broke the first UK news of September 11 attacks. So a lot of hex. And then the wedding of Prince Charles, so a lot of hex. And the hex artist. The Birley. There's a same one on the BBC. Right? And that's obviously the David 8 one. David and Diana, right? Always taking a bit of David in with it. And the David Sheila. The David Sheila one. So I was sticking a bit of David in with the Diana. The Ryan, the reborn. Reanimated, see. And there's more BS. That from more David and Diana from 1995. There's the BBC story right about this Ryan. Remember, like, Ryan is reanimated, reborn, and Lee, as in the T. Couple of Rosie Lee, right? Where you see the character. Look at the hair in that. Like a woman's hair. I mean, that's, if that isn't a translate, you know what I mean? That looks like the Birley of the TV news. There's a lot of strange stuff, see. And here putting another hex, 60,000. There's a lot of strange hex. And I'm gonna have to do another video, like, because I'm running out of time here. A lot of hex, and that one looks like Goldsmith, and it's a pure hex all around.